Do you think that we should separate the man from the artist? Because like you said, someone may do something that we find distasteful or displeasing. Should we throw away their catalog, all their music, all their accomplishments? Because it became a big thing when R. Kelly, we're gonna stop listening to R. Kelly's music because now he's in prison for these things. Do you think we should separate those things?
First of all, I think the beauty of music was always, the greatness of music was that the artist could express himself through the music and it got to the audience musically. And then they pulled out of it what they want. Social media has fucked up music in so many ways, right? Images like what you see on YouTube with young niggas with guns. And like you see the images now and women showing everything. Like our images, the images in our environment are conditioning our mind to just lust after these things. And it's a powerful energy that's just all you want. These young kids, this is all they want to do. Their minds haven't even in their 20s, their minds haven't even developed to understand anything else. And if the only images they're getting is guns, sex, drugs, and low bass, then man, by the time they reach 30s, it's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in an emergency mode that we don't even know it. Like the black culture, we need help right now.
You know, I see a lot of people who are, more so disappointed in the actions of like people like Puff or R. Kelly, or because they wanted to be like them. Why do you think we just want, like we see these individuals and we want to be them so bad and we want to attain what they have? Like,
but who doesn't want that? As black people that was just 400 years ago and slaves been picking cotton for nothing, getting beat and raped and for nothing, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to see a black man at his top employing other black men and women and having a good time doing it? When you're looking at Puff looked like he's never worked in his life.
For sure.
When you look at Puff, it's just always party, happy, music, let's go, dance, woo. You know what I'm saying? The unfortunate side is hip hop is the streets. Hip hop is the streets. So there's gonna be that street element with it. And you know what I'm saying? Like we're all from the streets at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna run into street activities because the guys around you are in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna run into these things over the years, and money, power, that shit, starts to get to people mentally. It never got to me to the way that it got to, of course, to the situation that he's in. And it's unfortunate, the situation he's in. And I say a prayer for all the victims who, we're gonna see how this plays out. But it's gonna be a bloodbath. Like it's getting ready to and then after this, right? It'll be another year because this is all people gonna see. When the trial come up, you gotta understand. Puffy made his lawyer tell Harvey and said the lawyer came on and did one interview with Harvey to really say, Puffy's taking a stand. That's all Puff wanted. Puff in there let everybody know I'm taking a stand. And everybody coming at me, watch the shit I'ma say. And the feds got tapes since 2009. Diddy got tapes since 93?
Right.
You think you get to do all the stuff and all the business deals that Diddy did by being stupid? Now, granted, he may have some type of sexual problem. That's, to me, at this point, it's obvious. That's not no disrespect. That's not trying to be funny. People have sexual problems. Believe it or not, that's a big part of a lot of people's problems. They don't even know it. Like the addictions of sex. And then once money and drugs and unlimited, and then it's like, you almost had carte blanche because this is what the music industry is. The music industry to people is music and gossip, and they watch people's lives now. But to the filthy rich, see the filthy rich, they don't necessarily can't go to the hood and find a plug and find the drugs they want. The filthy rich can't find the chicks they want because, because they just can't risk being out there. They need somebody. Diddy's been the party guy forever.
Yeah, no, facts.
Forever. Now, the music industry, not just Diddy, but the rich and famous, they love coming over to, this is their playground, is the music industry. Because the women singing are the highest trophies. The men rapping are the highest trophies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's other good looking women out there, but they're not her who's selling, who the world is going crazy over. Rich people don't really like women, you know, like this beautiful woman, like, but to them, they want somebody that the world yearns for. So they want stars. So the music industry now has been exposed because those rich, you don't think, forget about the artist who's on tapes. What about the politicians and the politicians' nieces and nephews and sons and brothers? Because everybody wants to go to a party. Usually when you're the rich and powerful and you're around your family, you want to impress them. I call Diddy right now. You want to go to his party? Boom. And then they done went over there. Now you know they just want a party. And they over there with the lampshades, probably fucking everything moving.
Right.
Too, and every drug over there going crazy. My father's the fucking senator of the United States. You know what I'm saying? You think that he ain't got that in his pocket?
Yeah. Oh, straight up.
Like, yeah, this just isn't gonna be about, oh, you're gonna see some rappers and shit, but at this point, man, it's almost like, is anybody really gonna be super surprised and crazy? Like, I think people's conditioned enough to like, kind of like, if somebody's on a tape having gay sex with somebody that you know, I don't think everybody's gonna be fainting at this point. I think at this point, we done seen so much that what's gonna surprise us anymore?
Right. So in your past, you've been at the very top of all this.
Yeah.
Is there any demonic force, Illuminati? Is that a real thing?
Like, listen, people with billions of dollars get together. That's a real thing. Damn right. Whatever the fuck they call it, there's a lot of things. But the Illuminati, the word's been around as long as I can know it, so it must have some type of something with it. Yeah, people with money, people with thoughts, people with desires and lusts, of course. Yeah, to me, that's out there. I remember me and Dave one time, and Dave, if y'all ever get Dave Mays, he can tell the story. Dave Mays, that was my partner for the Source magazine. And you're right, we was on top of the food chain in New York for a minute. For a brief minute, but at least we made it there, right? So there was these people that came and wanted to meet. And I would take some meetings and I would look at motherfuckers and just wouldn't take those meetings and be like, Dave, you tell me first and I'll do the second meeting with them. This time I didn't take this meeting with these people, something didn't feel right. I just remember come up to the office, because I didn't have an office in the Source. I'd be all around the country, around the world, come to the office, chill on Dave's couch, smoke, we have a meeting, and I'd be out. One time I walked in there was, you know, some strange characters in there. You know what I'm saying? Some different type of guys. Was there a woman? It might have been. And I just remember Dave was like, yeah, they wanted blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, yeah, okay. So Dave went out to dinner with him. And I remember Dave, I don't, because there was just a lot of stories, you know, there was a lot of shit. But there was some shit that had to do with something of that nature, right? And yeah, you'd have to ask him about that one, because he was at the meeting. You know what I'm saying? I just remember I told him we didn't want to deal with them no more. Because he came back to me and I just remember shutting it down like, nah, fuck that. Back then I was a lot more wild. So man, fuck them. And I was, you know, I know me back then. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I remember that. I remember. Once you reach a certain tax bracket, they coming. So they're not gonna come if you got a couple of mil. That ain't it, man.
Some people say that once you get to that window, you have to make a certain choice. And depending on the choice you make, it will either propel you to another level or your life will start to change and the success will not be as prevalent as it was.
Yeah, I believe that. And that's why I chose God. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in now. I'm still out here grinding. And I'm proud of it. You know
I mean, you look good, nigga. You grind.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little grind.
No. Listen, I appreciate it, but you know, I got to stay in shape because the hustle don't stop. And my thing is, when me and Dave fell, You know, we lost everything, right? Got indicted by the feds. We lost everything. We had millions and millions, man. We lost the source, everything. It was almost like it was banished from New York. That was a big thing. All the executives and everything, because a lot of those guys didn't fuck with me. They had to deal with me, but they didn't fuck with me. They was nervous, scared. You know what I'm saying? Like the Leo Cohens of the world and Steve Stouts of the world and, you know what I'm saying, the Russell Simmons and these guys, you know what I'm saying? I would deal with these guys, but these guys like to deal with Dave. They didn't like to deal with me. And it was because I didn't have it for the bullshit. And I wasn't with, like, I've always been for the struggle and for the people, no matter what. And that's because I grew up in Boston. So I was always like, I looked at me being a revolutionist from Boston, because I stuck up for black people. The light-skinnest nigga ever. I never even knew my color back then, because I always considered myself black. You know what I'm saying? So, but, it's just ill to watch everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had my morals. I was taught well by my father, my mother, and my upbringings, to where is that money wasn't everything. Because I always was a hustler, I could always get it. When we lost the source, it was all right. That was like me losing a couple of bricks. I'm gonna get out there and get it again. I gotta get out there and get it hard to get homie the money back. And that's how I felt. We re-up with Hip Hop Weekly. After Hip Hop Weekly, right to reality TV.